Hey guys, Gabe the Great here. Wanted to give you a formal introduction to the Pro-Human Political Party, let you know who we are. So I want to go over our 10 core rights, our 10 core values, our 3 initiatives to save the country, and let you know how you can help out. So I'm going to put myself to the side here so you can read these. But number one, human dignity is sacred. We recognize that dignity is non negotiable, it is a cornerstone of every right and value. Number two, the earth is alive. We believe that the earth is alive and worthy of expectation. Three, another core value of ours is interdependence over exploitation. So we believe that every individual has to be committed to community, not just systems that, uplift the community, but every individual has got to be committed to interdependence over exploiting your fellow man. Number four, universal access to life's foundations. Food, water, housing, education, and healthcare are not privileges. I don't know why we got to explain that in 2025, but they are not privileges. They are foundations of life and must be guaranteed. You hear me? Guaranteed to all. Okay, number five, digital rights are human rights. In the 21st century, access to the internet, digital literacy, and data protection are essential for freedom. Number six, faith in the infinite human spirit. So we believe that humanity is constantly evolving and our systems need to evolve with us. So as we learn new things about consciousness, as we learn new things about science or whatever it may be, our systems need to update with them. Okay. Number seven, justice must be restorative, not just punitive. A lot of you guys know that I started on this journey because of what happened to my nonverbal autistic child. She was subjected to cruel and unusual punishment by Paula McCown, go to hell. But one of the issues with our current legal system is does not serve that particular population, nonverbal autistic people, because at the end of the day, my daughter does not understand the concept of money. So you can give her $1 billion for what Paula McCown and the 4J school district did to her. That don't mean anything to her. So justice must not, it must be restorative. Justice must be in such a way that those who do wrong, particularly those who are in power, that the trust in the institution is restored. Our justice system has to make sure that that happens. Okay. Number eight, democracy is direct and ongoing. A living democracy gives voice to the people, not just in elections, but in all decisions of their lives. Okay. So one of the things that we want to see is national referendums. And also accountability at every single level of government. Number nine, children and future generations are citizens now. Laws must serve not just the present, but unborn generations and futures who are shaped by our choices. So we have a very individualized culture. And so one of our core values is making sure that what we are doing, that the next generation can benefit for what we're doing right now. And number 10, our 10th core value is that every citizen has a duty to participate, question, and shape the world. Okay, so these values are things that I call everybody in my party to embody. It's not just enough to say you believe these things. You must be the embodiment of these things to be a leader, liaison, or chapter leader in the pro-human political party. Okay, now moving on to our core rights. These are things that will guide us in writing legislation. Okay, number one, the right to self-actualization. Every person has a right to pursue a meaningful life, supported by education, mental health resources, and community support. Number nine, the right to exist free from oppression. Every person has a right to live free from racism, classism, misogyny, ableism, religious coercion, and any other systemic harm. Number three, this is a big one that we need, the right to truth and transparency. Citizens have a right to clear, accurate, and honest communication from institutions. One of the big issues that we have right now is that you can literally lie 30,000 times during your first presidency, and then you can just run for re-election again. Our institutions must have a legal obligation to present us with the truth. Number four, the right to bodily autonomy. The body belongs to the person, not the state. Number five, the right to protest, resist, and reimagine. Dissent is sacred. We have to stop demonizing people who do not see the world the same way we do. Our current politics does nothing but pit us against each other. And we need to get back to understanding you can disagree with me without me dehumanizing you. Okay, number 6, the rights of nature. Land, water, animals, ecosystems have a right to exist and regenerate, and the government has a duty to defend these rights. So in other countries, you can sue on behalf of the environment. So if a corporation is doing something to the environment, dumping toxic waste in a lake near your house, you can actually sue on behalf of the earth. And that's one of the things that we want to see here in the United States of America. Which brings to number 7, right to a livable future. Every person has a right to clean air, safe climate, biodiversity, and a future not stolen by short-term greed. Number 8, community sovereignty. One of the things we talk about is community is law. You learn how to be a good person from your community, and local communities should be able to govern and dictate their own practices. Number 9, the right to internet and digital literacy. Okay, so every person in the United States of America should have access to high-speed internet. And then number 10, the right to data ownership and privacy. Your data belongs to you. You have a right to know who profits from it and to control its use. So now let's briefly get into our 3 big initiatives that we want to do once we take power. Number 1 is a draft and adopt a new United States Constitution. I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but even the guy who wrote the Constitution believed that the Constitution should be rewritten every 19 years. We are living in the ghost of men who did not want us to be here. And no matter how much you cannot amend white supremacy, you cannot amend misogyny to make it work. You cannot negotiate with that stuff. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to draft and draft and adopt a new constitution underneath a principle of what we call covenantal government. And if you guys want me to do a video on that, I can. Our second big initiative is universal access to life's foundation. Food, water, safe housing, quality education, and comprehensive health care are not privileges. They are foundations of life. And I want to read this real quick. We reject the myth of scarcity. The truth is there is more than enough to provide every person with the means to live a dignified and healthy life. Underneath a covenantal government, leaders take a sworn oath to safeguard life's foundations for every citizen as part of a public covenant, guaranteeing access to food, water, education, and health care. Are not charity or acts of generosity. It is the baseline moral duty of those entrusted to serve. Failure to uphold this duty is a violation of the covenant and grounds for removal from leadership. So we are not negotiating with the corporations about human dignity. Every single human being is very simple. If you don't have food, you can't be alive. If you don't have clean water, you can't be alive. If you don't have housing, you can't be alive. Education and comprehensive health care. If you don't have these things, you cannot be alive. So a society, a government that actively is trying to stop you, like the United States government is doing, is actively trying to prevent you from being human. It's not possible to be alive. It's not possible to be human without these things. And we are one of the last countries in the developed world to guarantee these things to their citizens. No, this is not socialism. This is just basic human dignity. Which brings us to number 3, the Great Corruption Purge. Again, we cannot negotiate human dignity with people. The issue that we have in this country, as I say all the time, Donald Trump is a criminal who got off for 4 decades. If you allow a criminal to get off over and over and over again, he's just going to commit bigger crimes. And no amount of intellectualism, no amount of believing that you need to resist the system is going to change that. What must happen is when people violate the law, they must be brought to consequence. So we are very, very extremely serious about bringing corrupt people to justice. In the past, if you, were corrupt in society, they would exile you. Well, all land has been taken. So we fully believe that if you have unrepentant, corruption behavior, you gotta go. You cannot be here. That is not extreme. That is the only way that a healthy society can function. You cannot negotiate with people who want to negotiate your human dignity. So if you want to support our movement, you can go to www.mercyformaya.com, and there you will find ways to support the Pro-Human Political Party. Also, if you want to start a local chapter in your area, feel free to DM me.